Hi. All right, so if you made it this far, you are moving right along in the zip away tote pattern, and that's pretty exciting. So now we have our zip pocket done right here, and on this one we actually have a slip pocket. All right, we will be working on putting a tab on each one of these and a separating zipper. That is all going to be in the next tutorial. So don't wig out about the separating zipper. It's just a word, and honestly, I kind of feel like putting a separating zipper in on this particular project is probably the easiest zipper ever that I've ever put in. So don't flip out. Just give it a try, and it'll be fine. You'll see. I mean, I know, believe me, I've been there when I've been like, I am not putting a zipper in. It's okay. If you have already put this zipper in, you're gold. If you've done even this, I mean, honestly, you're rocking it. So just hang tight and let's get started on this tutorial. Let's get started on putting our tabs and our separating zippers so we can finish up. All right. You are going to need pattern piece E and F from your pattern collection. You will need a key fob hardware or lobster claw clasp. Don't forget your bottom base main and your separating zipper. You will need plenty of clips, a pair of scissors, and you will need a stiletto. Well, you don't really need it, but I encourage it. Fold your key fob pattern piece in half. Finger press and then open it back up. You see that middle line? You'll need to bring the sides up to the middle line and finger press. Fold in half, press with an iron, and add some clips to hold in place. Now you'll take it to your sewing machine and you will stitch down each side, about 1/8 of an inch. Now if you've decided to use a lobster claw clasp instead of your key fob hardware, then you will repeat all of these steps that you did for the key fob hardware with pattern piece F. You are more than welcome to use an iron on your tabs instead of finger pressing if you want to. Now it's time to add your tabs. Fold your key fob hardware piece in half. Choose a place to put your key fob tab. I have chosen to add the tab about 1 inch away from the center point on the horizontal side. They seem better suited on the side opposite from your slip pocket or your zipper pocket. Don't forget to add your lobster claw. Now go ahead and take your tab and your bottom base over to your sewing machine and secure your tab in place. Take multiple passes over your tabs to make sure they are very secure. Now let's add our zippers. You'll be seeing both totes for reference, but for now I'll put one to the side. Find your center mark that you transferred from your pattern piece. Measure 1/2 inch on each side of your marking and make a mark on both sides. Do this on the opposite side as well. Take your separating zipper and unzip it completely. Take the female side of your zipper and place it right sides down at the 1/2 inch mark. The coils should be closest to the center of your bottom base. Begin clipping or pinning your zipper in place. When you get to the corners, you will need to clip about 1/8 to 1/4 along the corner edge. I try to keep the clippings less than 1/4 of an inch. Continue clipping this portion of the zipper in place until you get to the other side. When you come to the end of that side of the zipper, go ahead and clip it right at the center mark. Let's review it one more time. Separate your zipper completely. Measure 1/2 inch from the center line on each side and mark. Turn it over and do the same to the other side. Hopefully you have marked your center points from your pattern piece. On to the bottom base. Again, make sure your zipper is right sides facing the right side of your bottom base. The coils of your zipper should be facing towards the middle of the bottom base. This time we are starting with the male end. Begin clipping your zipper at the 1/2 inch mark. Don't forget to clip at the corners. If you don't clip the corners of your zipper, then you won't be able to maneuver the zipper around the corners evenly. It also makes it much easier to stitch your zipper in place. Now repeat on the opposite side with the female end of your zipper. Begin clipping at the 1/2 inch mark on the opposite side. Again, don't forget to clip those corners if you want them to fit nicely. Use as many clips as you think you need to keep the zipper in place. When you've made it to the other side, go ahead and cut your zipper at the center mark. Now both sides of the zipper is clipped in place. Some important things to remember. Start the beginning of the zipper at the 1/2 inch mark on both sides. Use as many clips as you need to keep the zipper from moving. Clip the corners. The snips at the corner can be as close as 1/8 inch apart. You can use double-sided tape to hold your zipper in place. The end of your zipper should be cut at the center mark. Let's fix the ends of the zipper so that they will be tucked in nicely. I do like to use a lighter for this, but you are more than welcome to tack your zipper down with a stitch. Mark both ends of your zipper 1/2 inch away from the end. Pinch at the 1/2 inch mark, folding your zipper to a 45-degree angle. It will create a folded edge like so. Now take your lighter and touch the flame to the edge where the fold is. You will see the fabric start melting together. When it is cooling, I pinch it together with my fingers, or you can put a clip in place to hold it until it cools down. Keep adding the flame until the fold is completely sealed. You should be able to see a 45-degree angle. Pin or clip this end in place. Now repeat the same process on the opposite end of the zipper. Pinch at the 1/2 inch mark. That pinched piece should meet the edge of the zipper. If you decide to not use a lighter or a flame to seal the edge of the zipper, you can actually use some fabric glue, place it in between the folds, and add a clip to hold there for about 15 minutes. I have been also known to use CA glue, or even E6000. Just be extra careful not to stick your fingers together, and if you're using the flame, be careful not to burn yourself. When you're done, the ends of your zipper should look like this. Go ahead and finish clipping in place. Okay, let's go ahead and sew our zipper into place. Let's keep your stitch length to 2.5 or 3 and make sure you have your zipper foot on. This is a good time to take it easy around those corners. I use a stiletto to keep the zipper in place, especially when I am going around the corners. After you're done stitching your zipper in place, go ahead and double check and make sure your zipper feeds all the way around without any issues. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and zip it up like it's a normal zip-away tote, even though we don't have the insides inside yet. Whoa, that was a tongue twister. This will give you somewhat of an idea of what it will look like when it's complete. And you can check and make sure your corners look really good. If the corners look wonky at all, go ahead and put it back up on the sewing machine and make one more pass around the corners to make sure everything is secure. Backstitch really well at the beginning and the end. Another thing I like to do once I have my zipper in place is to take my scissors and to make some tiny snips all along the corners, usually about 1/8 to 1/4 inch apart. Be careful not to cut too deep. You don't want to cut past the stitches. This will really help your corners to look nice and rounded. Make sure you clip all 4 corners. Another thing to note when you're putting your zipper on is to make sure that you don't catch your slip pocket when you're sewing your zipper on. Are you getting excited now? Look at it. Now you know what it's going to look like when it's all complete. Look at you. You're all done putting your separating zipper on your zip-away tote.